Hello and welcome to this demo. In this demo, we're going to show you how you can take the functionality that we looked at with the time trackers and send alerts to people. So for example, if the duration of some of these time trackers is outside of what you'd normally expect, you could have an email alert sent to somebody. We're going to show you this using Power Automate, and we're going to talk you through essentially the 4 steps involved. One is setting a schedule, the next is listing records, then building up a table, and then finally adding that table to Outlook. We'll show you the steps involved. We hope you find this useful. Let's take a look. First of all, just log into make.powerautomate.com and select the relevant environment. Once you've done that, we can then create a new flow and we'll select a scheduled cloud flow. We'll then give this a name. So I'm just going to add it into here, send a list of cases with a duration over X minutes. We can then select how often we want this to run. Now, for the purposes of the demo, I'm going to leave this as 1 minute. But again, you can set this to be daily, monthly, weekly, and so forth. And then from here, just going to select create. We can then select the option in here to add the first step, which is going to be to list the cases. So we'll just select the option to add. We'll then select list rows, and we'll select list rows here from Microsoft Dataverse. Now from here, we'll then select cases. And we then need to use the fetch XML in this area here to show a list of only those cases where the time trackers have gone over a certain duration. So to do that, just going to select the cases here. And we'll change the view to active cases. Indeed, you could report this for all cases. So even if they've been resolved, you may want to look at the time logs over these. So again, we can select the appropriate view. We'll then select edit filters. And we want to filter these down by a related entity. So we'll just select related entity here and time trackers. And then from here, we'll then select that the duration is greater than or equal to. Now, the value in here is in seconds. I'm going to set this as a short one just so it says some data for the demo. But again, if this was a real example, again, you may want to stretch that out so as that would go to, an hour. And so again, that value would more typically be in the hundreds. And then from here, we'll then select the option to apply. And you can see all of the cases that meet that criteria. We'll just select edit filters again and download the fetch XML. We'll select keep and open that file. We'll then copy and paste that fetch XML into the fetch XML query. Now that we have this created in our list of cases, we now need to add these to a table. So again, we're just going to add another new step in here, and we'll then add into here, create a HTML table. We'll select the option, and then you see here where it says from the array to create table from. We'll then select this option here to enter data from a previous step. And then we'll select the value from the previous step for the listed rows. We'll then expand the advanced parameters here, and we'll just split this up from automatic columns to custom columns. And then we'll add in our values. So here I'm just going to add a header of case, and then to put the value in, just going to click in here. We can then add this in and add into their case title. We can then add into here another header. So we'll just add into here date created. And again, let's add in the created on from the list rows. And that's how we can create the HTML table. So the final step here is just to put that into an email. So we'll add a new step in here and we'll just search for send an email. We can then populate the email address to send this to. We can then specify the body of the email. So just going to add into here, these cases went over a duration of however many minutes or hours is appropriate. And then to add in the table, we just need to use this option here to enter data from the previous steps. And we'll just add in the outputs. And we'll then add into here the subject. So we'll just add in subject for this. We'll then save the Power Automate flow. We'll let that run, and then we'll see an email that's been produced from it. You can now see an email received, and you can see this nicely formatted table with all of the cases and the dates created. And that's how you can extend the time tracker functionality to send out email notifications using Power Automate. We hope you enjoyed the demo.